Hello, everyone. Welcome to Westminster Hall. And today, JP Jackson, I'm here, back again, and we're going to be working on a new concept for Atlas 1. And this is what I'm thinking of. So today we're going for a engineer and inventor, and this is kind of the basic concept. Basic concept. We're going for a pen, pen, for a basic concept of a inventor, a sort of Henry Ford-esque mechanic, and so today I have like different references of like different like tools and different stuff. And so initially with this concept, I wanted to go for a I was thinking suspenders. So suspenders and overalls is what I'm thinking. So here are references. So we're going to start off with this, breaking down the initial silhouette and just kind of building on top of it. And so we're actually gonna, I think today I'll actually really want to show off Atlas's original, his physique. So we're gonna give him like suspenders, some pants, kind of like this. Like maybe a light colored shirt, and then these kind of high-waisted pants that actually just flare out at the bottom. And because he's sort of a mechanic and engineer, I really want to play around with turning the ends of his gauntlets, the end of his hands into like different different wrenches, or these kind of steampunk-esque wrenches. So let's try to like build that up right now. And so what I like about the references that I chose, there are these very like unique shapes being created. And so we're going to pull from those to make some really cool forms that jut out of his arms. And then we can't forget there's going to have to be there's always goggles in steampunk. So let's just get our goggles out the way. And today I kind of want to do a maybe something a little more angular, rectangular than versus just our conventional like circular glasses. Let's see, let's get some inspiration for different types of maybe like a tool belt. So maybe we have that. And then we're gonna put some boots on. And then we're also going to try to bring out the Atlas 1A on his chest, but we're going to also tend to add more details and scuffs. scuffing on his armor. I mean, on his kind of metal coating alloy. Just something to think about there. And then I also want to incorporate some type of secondary tool, like maybe like some type of rivet gun or some type of like pneumatic power uh, impact driver or something that allows him to kind of put in bolts and rivets into these different things he's inventing. And so like we have a cool little wrench. And so we kind of have a basic sketch of like what we're gonna go for. And so I'm kind of sad. I'm satisfied with that. So we have the basic sketch now. And so now I want to introduce another element, which is like vehicle design, because I think it's very important. Like today, I was kind of inspired by like Henry Ford, and then I wanted to do the idea of like a kind of uh, a kind of like a kind of car vehicle that's based off of carriage. And so what we're also going to do is play around with the vehicle design. And so this is a reference, just a simple reference 3D model that I downloaded off of SketchUp. And so I'm going to try to build over top of this and create some type of steam powered vehicle. And so this is what Atlas One is going would have been working on this steam powered vehicle. So I'm thinking about like these really cool like exhaust pipes, different things attached. Maybe think about a fuel system. Uh, different things. We got to put a steering wheel on here first. That's one thing we have to do. So I'm gonna work off of this, and this is kind of a normal process I do when I'm working with any type of like any architecture or vehicles or weapons or any like inorganic um, item objects things. It's easy for me to just work on using 3D models as a reference to draw over top of to sort of figure out the design of things. And so like right now I'm just like making some pedals. We're gonna raise opacity just a little bit so we can kind of see more of the original model. And then I'm gonna do multiple iterations and sketches over top of this until I'm happy with the design. Thinking about like seats and cushions. And so generally, I'm always trying to find ways to deviate from the reference of the sketch, just to make something a little more like fantastical and unique. So right now, I'm playing with the idea of like maybe a backrest or like some type of just like structure, just to create some type of unique shape for this. And maybe this is some type of like open partition wall, just so the driver, whoever's in the back, may have like privacy, I guess. Well, then if you see here, I have generally when you're designing like vehicles and different items, there should be like a silhouette. So that's why I have a silhouette of Atlas One right here, so you get an understanding of the scale of the object in relation to him. So my goal today is to try to make. I just want to make a very interesting vehicle. And then because I also want to play around with just making like unique forms and shapes. So like even thinking about like yesterday, a few days ago, I wanted to do a concept that introduced like time. So I think today I may play around the idea of like making the spokes of the wheel or the centerpiece of this wheel to look like maybe a clock or some type of like gear component. Okay. So right here, I'm just making some gears and different things. Right now, if you see me kind of darkening these edges, is because I'm trying to find ways to like create dimension for the gears that kind of sit in the center. Then we're gonna make the wheels pretty, but I think I want to go for like a dark, like rubbery tire wheel. Thinking about those. We got those. And I'm also gonna move the silhouette out the way just a little bit. And we're gonna slide Atlas over as well. Boom. Okay, so that's a little better. So I'm also, let's see, let's get some character. We also need some type of headlight system set up as well. So we gotta put that right here maybe. We got some headlights. And so when I came up with this idea, I was initially thinking about uh, the movie Wild West from like the 90s with Will Smith, and thinking about like the steampunk and the villain who had all these like wild inventions. And so I kind of wanted to bring that element into this. Actually, I think what I'm going to do here is just make this completely capped and enclosed. So, like I said earlier, I was thinking about the idea of privacy. Let's just go for it. So, let's put a roof on that. And then let's get these wheels drawn. Maybe let's treat this like a front bumper of the vehicle. And then also attach it to this kind of front part. We're gonna get our wheels. So like I did the other day with like repeating forms. we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy and grab these forms. Because you already know what the wheel looks like. So we don't need to spend more time redrawing. So we're going to just take this. There we go. Oh, it seems to be, it's coming in a little weird. So let's try that again. Lasso tool, using the lasso tool. So let's try that again. Okay, that's much better. So now we have both wheels. That there. Okay, so now we have our vehicle, and so I'm also gonna change the overall. I think I want to change the overall shape and just make it more solid and boxy. No, notice the original carriage design has this piece that kind of curves. We're just gonna make it a solid box, and I'll probably bring these curved forms into other aspects of the vehicle. So let's go back here. Thrusters, exhaust. Because I'm imagining this in the spirit of steam. We're going to have these be steam powered, coal powered vehicles. I'm actually thinking about changing the seat design so it looks more like the A. Thinking about like a different shape. We have that. And then because we're like hitting the top of this, I'm actually going to bring this information down a little bit. There. And slide this down here as well. But what we're going to actually do is so I'm actually going to use the element, the curvature of the old design, and make like a circular door. I don't know why, but it feels interesting. Let's go for it. So we got like a little circular doorway for this vehicle. Got that going. Got like other exhaust. So, and this is kind of like the part for the course when it comes to designing things. Like things are always going to change. So, like right now, I'm even responding differently to the idea of like having more circular forms, like something like a more bold shape on the back, something like that. And maybe thinking about like this is maybe instead of thrusters, this could be like a fuel tank or like a storage for like other pieces of coal, or like the coal's being burnt or something. Okay. So we have those. thinking about now I'm starting to think about and consider how does a person get up into this wagon? So now I need to build some type of bar that people can kind of jump onto that allows them to kind of walk up into this structure, this vehicle. Also would like to also it's a good idea to play around with the scale because if you look at the original size, he was fairly small, so this one would be a little bit better. And then we also want to show some seats in the background. Maybe like a little doorknob or something for this vehicle. Then we want to think about how the seats may look on the inside. And then also there would be another if if we had more time, I would have to also design like multiple viewpoints of this vehicle because it may look different on the other side. So for instance, if we were to flip this, I would probably put a window on the other side of this, so it's only kind of one way in. Just or not. Actually, we don't need to because the door is a window simultaneously. So we kind of have these two entry points into our car here. All right, we have a little we have that. So now I'm thinking of like sleds. I don't know why. It's just ideas coming to me now. Do that. But also, I'm noticing something. These forms are kind of touching, so I'm going to center it a little bit more and raise it. We got that. Oh, and we got to put a horn on this vehicle. So, let's do something fun here. Let's put the horn inside of the pedal. So we'll do that. Let's revisit the pedals now. We have those. And once again, we're going to group Atlas 1. So you see is a mechanic sketch. Also, we have the vehicle that he created. And so this vehicle is going to be a prototype. It's not going to be super fancy. So it's going to be a lot of like rivets and bolts on the vehicle itself in different areas. Like maybe the bumper will be super like a lot more metal to kind of protect the vehicle for any accidents. Okay, so we got that. So we got those. Right. Just gonna add a little bit more funky shapes to the back. So we kind of have our basic sketch of our vehicle that Atlas One has created. So I kind of have that basic. I have that fleshed out. So now we can kind of like jump back to working on Atlas's like color scheme for his clothing. And so today I'm going for more like earth tones and greens. So let's kind of highlight, separate all this stuff, focus on him. So we have that. Okay, and so we're gonna pull different colors. But we're gonna keep what we already have here and just work over top of it. So for my concept references, I really like these kind of green tones and this like jumpsuit. And this also could be something we can kind of work into the design, like the idea of like he was wearing a jumpsuit and then took it off. So now I'm just vibing with that idea. So I kind of want to do it. So I'm gonna just sketch the pants, color in the pants, fill this in, and maybe have them kind of bunched up that, and then using a similar light colored shirt there. And then we're going to use some more browns earth tones. So I actually take the browns from the power tools themselves, the different tools. And then we're also going to continue to build over top of this older sketch. And I'm actually going to use this opportunity to introduce a darker color across the top of his head with the, the goggles. So we'll call them safety goggles. And so that's colors are going. We're going to pull some of these grays. See? And so I'm actually going to darken this a little bit more so it contrasts against the backdrop that we do have. And then I'm going to use, I kind of want to integrate, we have some, actually, let's do something else as well. I like using certain colors. So I'm actually going to use green for this, and then make his pneumatic drill green. Something different. And we're going to make the A green as well, so we'll do that. All right. So now I have my colors kind of established, things flushed out. We can go forth and detail out Atlas One's like utility belt. I'm just continuing to play around with just making this character feel believable and unique. And we also need to, oh, we also need to give him boots. So we're going to take the brown from there, put them on there. And then we'll also introduce, when I do the shading or do the line work, I'm going to just use the black line work or the dark green line work to do the soles of his shoes. All right. So I have my flat colors established, a kind of sketch. And then once we complete this, I'm going to go in and try to draw the overalls and these other aspects and forms. Make sure I get the belt colors in the right place where I know where they're going to be. And then we're going to use some of Atlas's light gray color on the pneumatic drill. to break up the colors, shapes, the rivet gun slash pneumatic drill, powered impact driver, all the things. So right now I'm paying attention to how the shirt actually wraps around his body to give it a little more realistic form. So this is looking much better. I'm happier with that. And then we can start doing some cleanup on the lines. So as I said before, I want to use like a dark green today. That's what I'm feeling. So we're going to take our clean sketch and we're going to kind of want to start the shirt today. That's what I'm feeling. And also I want to make the green darker actually. So let's go. They're happy with that one. So it kind of has this baggy shirt, tank top. So right here, I'm going to introduce some like cross hatching and shading just to imply depth. And I'm going to introduce the suspenders. I've been waiting to do this all day because big fan of suspenders, but also I knew that that black color this would pop very well against the yellow and this white shirt just to really make an impact. So we got suspenders, we got those pieces. So we got a little belt buckle. We're gonna do the pants loops as well, so we gotta get those in there. So because I'm mapping out the pants loops, I need to go back and kind of touch up the colors. Thinking about his jumpsuit, I guess, and actually thinking about how is it tucked? It'd be kind of tucked under his utility belt and kind of wrap around. So right now I'm kind of noticing the design is getting a little funky. So I'm going to do this and create and that. So the objects don't swing. They're more connected to his pants, his jumpsuit, so they kind of wrap around. So we don't have these heavy other, all other tools bumping around, moving too much. And steampunk is infamous for belts, so we got to have more belts. Like the inseam, the inseams of his pants. And we're going to introduce some oil or sludge on like the bottom of his pants as well. Do a quick sketch. All right, get the soles of his boots. So toes are starting to look pretty cool. And so right now I'm gonna reference our tools from earlier so I don't mess them up. Currently wish I knew the name of these different pieces of these wrenches. Yeah, I know this is I assume this little gear piece is the one that you kind of rotate to adjust your wrench. Yeah, with that, got that going. And then now we can finish up. Actually, debating whether or not I want to introduce gloves. Let's see. Just looking around for ideas. Hmm. Now we have our little face mask, shield, eye protection. I'm going to introduce a lighter color just to make these pop a little bit more. All right, so we have those. And then lastly, we just need to work on our pneumatic drill slash rivet gun. So on Monday, I had drawn a kind of Bunsen burner propane tank, propane flamethrower. And so I'm kind of utilizing a similar design for this piece. It's all in the same universe, so you can kind of reuse forms and shapes. I'm even thinking about the idea of pressurized air moving throughout this device. Okay, so we have that established. Okay, so right now I have technically only seen a rivet gun one time, once. So I want to do another fact check to get more ideas. So just to get like some designs going. Okay. Okay. So we have that. I'm pretty happy with that now. Boom. Awesome. And so we're going to use this the last couple minutes just to clean up areas and make some things a little more consistent. So we got like the jumpsuit, gloves, making sure we're not drawing over the wrong layers. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so we got that. Kind of want to put some more tools in this. Let me put like a small screwdriver or something. Like hangs out. Just a little something. Awesome. Okay. Just get some dirt on the boots, some oil. Just a little some other extra details. All right. So this is our kind of design of Atlas 1 as a mechanic slash engineer, and then we have a loose sketch of a vehicle that he has been working on, kind of steampunk carriage, automobile. So thanks again for joining us today, and stay tuned for more programming. So thank you very much.